Besides, I don't want to have any kids.
Really? Why?
Well, I think I'm not the type of person to accept the ups and downs of parenthood. And what if I get an incurable disease or my health condition ain't good? Not only the baby will be likely to have the illness too, but the pregnancy will be too risky for me.
Hey, don't worry. Your choice is as good as any, even if you just don't want to have a biological child in the future.
Besides, you and your boyfriend already have a family that is complete.
Have you thought of any anticonceptive method?
Not really. I mean, I know that most birth controllers function by releasing estrogen and progestin, which keeps eggs from leaving the ovaries by making cervical mucus thicker, thus keeping the sperm from getting into the eggs, but I haven't looked into them yet.
Yeah, there are a lot, but the ones that I know are the birth control implant, which is a matchstick-sized root that is inserted in the arm. The second one is the birth control patch, which is stuck monthly to the skin and it should always be kept there. The third one is the birth control pills, which are everyday use and require backup method. The fourth one is the birth control shot, which is also called Depo-Provera, and it's a shot in the arm or butt every 3 months. And the last one that I know is the birth control sponge, which is also the 2-day sponge. And it's a foam that contains a spermicide and covers the cervix, blocking the sperm from entering the uterus.
And you also got the birth control vaginal ring, or also known as Nova ring, that is a small ring you put into once a month for 3 weeks. Or cervical cap, also known as cap, that is a silicone cap inserted into the vagina which avoids the joint of a sperm with an egg. Diaphragm, that is a shallow silicone cup inserted into the vagina to cover the cervix before the intercourse.
Well, I know the common ones. The most common, the female condom, which is a punch inserted into the vagina that reduces the risk of STDs that collects sperm and fluids. I know that's the most reliable one. I also know the IUD, which is a small T-shaped device inserted into the uterus. And the good old trustable, the morning after pill. It can be used up to 5 days after protected sex, but as its name says, it's only for emergencies. But what about controllers for my boyfriend?
Well, they only have condom.
Doesn't sound very fair though. What about long-term options?
There's one for each gender: tubal ligation for women and vasectomy for men. The sterilization for women is when the surgeon blocks a woman's fallopian tubes by tying and cutting the tubes. Before everything, you have to remember a sterilization does not change the hormones because the hormones that affect hair, voice, sex drive, muscle tone, and breast size are still made in the ovaries.
And for guys?
They have the vasectomy. That is the surgeon that closes the tube that carries sperm out of the seminal fluid. When the tubes are closed, the sperm cannot leave. And there are 2 types. The incision method, that is when an incision is made on each side of the scrotum to reach each vas deferens, and a small section of each tube is removed. And the no-incision method, that is when one tiny puncture is made to reach both tubes. The tubes are then tried off. No stitches are needed and no scarring takes place.
Well, that was great. I think my decision is made. I might use the tubal ligation, or maybe I should tell my boyfriend to have the vasectomy.
Whoa. Wait. You are both too young. Besides, it's your boyfriend's decision if he wants a vasectomy or not.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, it's a permanent method. There is no going back. You have to consider every option because you might change the decision in the future. Also, remember, only condom protects you from an STD.
Now that I know, I have to think deeply and talk it with my boyfriend. Thanks, girls. You helped me a lot.